How to ask your children about online misinformation. Talking to your children about the misinformation they may find online is a great idea, especially if you start early, as soon as they spend time on the internet. Children don't always have the judgment or critical thinking skills to check what they read or watch, but they'll develop these abilities quickly if you explain that what they see online isn't accurate and help them find out the way to separate fact from fiction. We're here to help you do just that. Explain what misinformation is to your children. Don't await your kids to approach you with questions. Instead, take a couple of minutes to take a seat down with them. Let them know that there's tons of content out there on the web, and not all of it's true. With everything going on in the world, remind your kids that they might be seeing a lot of confusing, false information going around on social media and other parts of the web. Use a few simple examples to really drive the idea home. As an example, your child might have heard from a friend that chewing gum stays in your stomach for 7 years if you swallow it. Let them know that this isn't true, which you'll be just fine if you mistakenly swallow your gum. Twiddling my thumbs once you talk together with your kids. There's tons of confusing information out on the online, and your children may have a touch extra support before they really understand. Turn news reports and television shows into teachable moments. Look for small opportunities to start helpful conversations about misinformation with your kids. Take a television program or news article and transform it into a helpful, easy thanks to understand what misinformation is, and the way to avoid it. As an example, your child might see a piece of writing that says brown cows make milk. Explain to your child that this article is spreading misinformation and that all cows make the same kind of milk. Your kid might tell you about something ridiculous that their classmate shared on social media. Take a while to interrupt down the classmate's statement and help your child understand why it's false. Tell your kids several times that you're happy to answer their questions. Misinformation is often really upsetting and stressful for your kids to believe. Let them know that you're always available to concentrate and answer their questions if they're feeling confused. Reassure your kids that there are not any stupid questions, which you're always willing to elucidate something for them. You'll say something like, "I'm sure you've seen tons of confusing things lately. If you're ever worried or concerned, please ask me." Help your children build fact-checking skills with online games. Open up games like Bad News, BBC iReporter, Newsfeed Defenders, and Fakey, which help teach kids the way to sort through false information. Explain to your kids why these games are useful, and the way they will use these skills in real world. As an example, you'll remind your kids to carefully read through any online articles and see if they appear fake or true. Other games, like Interland, Reality River, Factitious, and Fact Check It, teach valuable fact-checking skills. Teach your kids a few tricks to fact-check misinformation online. Remind your kids to get on the lookout for weird-looking URLs, like websites ending with .co. Tell them to read through the headline. If it's tons of mistakes, or if it's written in all capital letters, there's a good chance it might be misinformation. Additionally, introduce your kids to sites like Google, Wikipedia, and Snopes, which are quick and straightforward ways to fact-check information. For instance, if your kid finds a weird news article online, they can Google it and see if the search results look legit. Explain how your child can correct someone who is spreading misinformation. Remind them to talk up as soon as possible, and to correct the opposite person with small pieces of clarifying information. Encourage your child to be polite but assertive, so the other person doesn't feel hurt or offended during the conversation. They will also link to an authoritative article or website that supports the right information. Teach your child that it's important to be authentic. It can be really tough to be authentic online, especially when other people are sharing information you disagree with or spreading misinformation. Talk to your kids about peer pressure and the way to resist the urge to undertake to act like everyone else. Remind them that they're unique and special, and that they should stick with their values and beliefs within the world and online. For instance, you'll encourage your kids to stay up for other children who are being bullied or harassed. You can always lead by example. Live your own life authentically, whether you're wearing mismatched socks or singing while you wash the dishes. That attitude will eventually rub off and influence your kids, as well.